that you realize that He is in control. Allah is not saying, you are in the driver's seat, give me control of your life. He is already in control, whether you like it or not. You might have the illusion that you are in control. What He is saying to you is, realize I am in control. So when we talk of the self-will as being an obstacle to Allah in the sense that it prevents us from surrendering to Allah, it is very, very important that we clarify this. That we do not mean that we cannot surrender to Allah. What it means is that we do not realize that we are already dependent and surrendered to Him. And that resistance and that denial of that already existing state of what is already is what prevents us from knowing Allah, what prevents us from realizing that. And if we were to realize that, then of course life would be filled with tranquility and bliss and peace. And then if our bank balance drops, or if there is a problem in a relationship, or there is an illness in our lives, or we lose a loved one, it will not shake our faith or our inner peace, which was the same thing we talked about when we talked about negative suffering, isn't it? So the true state of a believer should be one in which he or she is constantly aware of the fact that I am completely connected to Allah and I am completely dependent on Him. That is what we mean by surrendering to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah we will continue on this subject. So our best measure and our best model in following this is none other than Amirul Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We see this in every moment of his life, that he was always choosing what Allah's wills rather than his will. Even when his right is taken from the early days of Islam, when he fights for Islam, or whether he stays at home, whether he's on the battlefield, or whether he's on the pulpit, whether he's with the orphans, or whether he is writing a letter to Muawiyah, when you read his writings, when you look at his actions, you see that he is constantly surrendered. And as I said in the beginning, undoubtedly you will never find an imam better than this. And we are filled with pride and joy on this occasion to have an imam like him. What remains now is that he should be proud of us. And the path by which he will be proud for us, and the measure by which he will know that we were following in his footsteps, is when we as well pursue ways to surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the more we are surrendered, the more our actions are not only in line with what Allah wants, but they will also be in line with the principles and values of Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam. So we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this great night, that may Allah, by His mercy and His love, shower us with barakah in our homes, grant us maghfirah on this night. May Allah, bihaqqi Amir al-Mu'mineen, hasten the appearance of our Imam, Sahib al-Zaman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We pray to Allah, bihaqqi Amir al-Mu'mineen, that He grant shafa to those who are ill, and maghfirah to those who have passed away. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.